This April 17th, 2025 meeting of the Dublin City Council is hereby called to order. I'd request that Councilman Sarah Colby provide our invocation. Please remain standing after the invocation for the pledge to the flag.
Lord God, we just come to you today, so very, very grateful for the spring that we see, the new growth, new season, and the change that we see. Lord, I also pray that this week, as it being a special Holy Week, that we would be in remembrance of what your Son, Jesus Christ, did for each of us, Lord, and forgiving our sins, Lord, and providing a way to heaven. Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you that each of us would be wise and make wise and discerning decisions. Thank you, Lord, for this time together. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting. Today we are primarily going to hear presentations from various organizations that contribute to our community, including the Downtown Development Authority, the Land Bank Authority, the Regular Development Authority of Dublin and Lawrence County, the Tourism Council, and the Library Board. Before we get to those presentations, however, we do need to take care of some housekeeping. So at this time, do we have any special presentations? No. So at this time, I'll move to item number 1 on the agenda, which is the approval of our April 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting minutes.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Brown, a second from Councilman Jones. All those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Our second item is approval of bills over $15,000. A copy of those bills were placed in your packet. Are there any questions for staff regarding those invoices? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to pay the bills.
We have a motion from Councilman Jones,
Second.
a second from Councilman Griggs. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Powell, do we have any purchases over $15,000?
No purchases.
There are no purchases over $15,000, so we'll now move to item number 4 on the agenda, and this is our presentations. Our first presentation today is from Glenda Berry of the Downtown Dublin Development Authority. Ms. Berry, thank you for coming this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor and City Manager and council members. It is always a pleasure to be here. Downtown Dublin, there is so much that happens in downtown, so these photos really don't do justice to all the different activities and events, but it's sort of just captures a little bit of the flavor. But since 2023, Downtown Dublin has welcomed an incredible number of 24 new businesses into downtown, and most recently, 3 of these businesses, Cornerstone Kitchen and Bath, WP Candle Store, and the soon-to-be open Jerk Shop, which, no, it is not what you might think. It's not like dedicated towards people who've done you wrong. It is the beef jerky, but all of these businesses are going to be on Madison Street. And I think that that just really supports the direction of Madison and how exciting it's going to be when that work is completed and more businesses start to come in there. I think the growth to downtown, it really is attributed to people recognizing how good it is to do business in downtown and what a strong appeal it has to be in this community. The UGA Archway study showed that people consider downtown one of our greatest assets in the community. And as downtown continues to evolve, we, in addition to seeing a larger merchant base, I think we're also seeing other more tangible improvements, which include things like our Air and Garden Club, which has completely embraced our Market on Madison and restoring and beautifying. They continue to do beautification projects over there on an ongoing basis. We also had an Eagle Scout who dedicated his project to restoring the bridge over at the market. We also have had a newly painted roof. We've added ceiling fans. We've prepared cement and wood. And I think we really are trying to make the Market on Madison a place that truly is the place to be for community events in our town. The Dublin Carnegie, which of course is one of our treasured landmarks here, is also going to be getting some repair. We need work on the underside of it, but we also will be looking at getting a roof, and our Friends of the Carnegie, a wonderful, wonderful group, is trying to come up with creative ways that we can raise additional funds to help support those changes. Theater Dublin is also getting some much-needed repairs. As we speak, we have work being done to replace our roof. The theater has also, as we increase these repairs, the theater has also tried to expand the things that we're doing there with entertainment and concerts, and we also have a full season by our Dublin Community Theater. In 2024, we can attribute over 18,000 people attended DDA-sponsored events. This included our farmers market, our concerts, our festivals, and our plays. And this economic impact is just going to continue to grow. At a recent meeting, a restaurant owner said, "Our best nights can be tied back to a concert or a show at Theater Dublin." Our ticket sales for DDA this year, as of February, we were at 156% of our budgeted goal. It's easy to say that Dublin is continuing to grow, and the best is still yet to come. In terms of our fiscal 26 budget, the DDA is requesting an additional $40,000 to repair the parking lot at the Market on Madison. This was something we had requested last year. It had been approved, but just due to work, we needed to extend that project into fiscal 26. We would be delighted if we received that. And again, I just want to thank everyone with the city for all their ongoing support. Everyone from Renee Cook in marketing to the street department, Public Works. We could not do what we do without the city, and we're so grateful for the partnership and the support. Are there any questions?
All right, thank you for the presentation, Ms. Berry, and also providing the financial information and the other information in the packet for council's review. I know that we all had that in our materials. Do we have any questions from council members for Ms. Berry? All right, without any questions, thank you for coming and giving this presentation and providing the materials.
Thank you very much.
Our next presentation will be from the Dublin Lawrence Land Bank Authority.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
My name is Sonia Mae Calvin. I'm with the Dublin Lawrence Land Bank Authority. It's good to be here. Thank you, Mayor, City Manager, Council, for allowing us to be here and supporting us as you do. We have a wonderful board that supports us as well. Matt Sweat, who is here today, is our board chairman. And as you see, we have numerous other ones that are just fantastic, and we're happy to have on the Land Bank Board. By now, I know you asked the question still, what is a land bank? I think we all know it's not a bank where you can pull up now and get you some land or deposit, right? But it is a public or nonprofit entity that's created by local governments. And our job is to acquire vacant, abandoned, blighted, tax delinquent, or foreclosed properties. And we'll facilitate the redevelopment of those properties back to productive use. So why do land banks exist? You know that we work with surplus public property, making property become public safety, foreclosed, abandoned, tax delinquent properties. And so, because we want to increase property taxes for those homeowners. Let me show you some examples of vacant and blighted lots. Just take a look. I'm sure you've ridden by many of them in Dublin or some of them, but we're working to make sure that they're eliminated. It takes time, but it'll be done. Our mission is to restore vital neighborhoods by eliminating blight. Now I want to show you some real-life land bank projects. In the words of Rocky Balboa, if I can change and you can change, everybody and everything can change. All right. Let's look at 310 Arch Street. This is before. Just keep looking. See the transformation? Awesome.
Yes.
Look at those hallways. And that's the bathroom. And all of that has been done. Look at this grand finished product. That is a beautiful house now that sits on Arch Street. Now, right next door to it was 312 Arch Street, another tax delinquent home. It's right next to that beautiful house on Arch Street. So we got 312, worked with a developer, and now that house, look how beautiful it is now. There's another one. I call this the wall-less house. It looks creepy. Look at the front and the back. But look at it now. Wow. What a wonderful rendition of a revitalized home, 822 North Church Street. Now, I know many people ask the question, are all of them salvageable? No, they're not. There are just some that aren't, and as a developer stated, it must have bones. There are no bones here, so some have to go. But our newest poster project is 203 Zenith Street. Now, I must use my failed humor here. Peekaboo, what's behind you? You see that fence? Let's look. Oh, my God. Look at what's behind the fence. I'm sure the neighbors were a little frightened because all of that was vacant. Now, a developer has taken that on. That's our newest project. This is phase 1 of 203 Zenith Street. The tree is gone that was in the middle of the house, and it's looking wonderful. Our current inventory has side lots. We don't have anything with structures as of now, but we have a website, DublinLawrenceLandBank.com. Feel free to go there, direct your people that ask you questions about it, what we have available. You can see it right there. Understand that we do have unique challenges with the land bank, but we'll work through them with your support. Dublin Lawrence Land Bank wants to help make Dublin Lawrence County better, one house, 1 square foot, 1 community at a time. Building a community is an essential key to keeping life as it is. There is also great involvement with communities. It takes us a long way. We know that Councilwoman Tess Godfrey came over to this lot one day and picked up paper. Well, they followed suit. These are just people in the neighborhood that got together to make this lot look good. Doesn't it look better? Mm-hmm. So our mission at Dublin Lawrence Land Bank Authority is to restore vital neighborhoods. We're going to do that by eliminating the blight and providing more affordable housing opportunities. We're going to promote socioeconomic growth for all the citizens here in Dublin Lawrence County, and we'll continue to do that with your support. We've got some very good numbers to share with you. Our CEO, Cliff Cruz, is here, and he'll give you the stats, followed by our board chairman, Matt Sweat, who will come up and say hello as well.
Firstly, I want to thank the mayor, council, city manager, city staff for their help. I think we've been involved in just about everybody with city staff at some point in time, and everybody's just bent over backwards to help us. But just a quick report of what we've done in the last 2 years. We have purchased 29 properties. We had 3 that were donated to the land bank. We sold 8, and we deeded 2 back to the city. And I used the word the other day, donated. That's not quite right because that's city money. So, but anyway, there was 2 properties that we acquired that the city had use for, and so we deeded those back. But you know, sometimes we feel like we're drinking water out of a fire hydrant, but with everybody's help, it's moving along. And of course, Zenith Street, there were 3 junk cars, a wall, that wasn't a fence, a wall across the front. I don't know how much junk they hauled out of there. We just asked our folks to go in there and get it where you could look at it, and we weren't sure it was salvageable, but we had a developer to come in and say, yeah, I want it, and we sold it. But these you saw were done by private developers. We just sold them the property with the understanding they'll rehab it, and they've done a great job, and we'll continue doing that. And we are looking for other people that's willing to invest in these communities like they have. But we thank Mayor and Council for your support.
All right, thank you for that. Mr. Sweat, do you want to?
I don't have anything to offer other than to thank the city council for your support and encouragement. And we'll continue to push Dublin forward and get some of these communities back moving in the right direction. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the
Thank you.
presentation. Also, council was provided the budget materials and financial materials related to the Dublin Lawrence Land Bank. And I do want to acknowledge that Lawrence County also supports the land bank through, I believe it's $25,000 that will be contributed for the next fiscal year from the county. I think that's the target goal for the budget. Any questions from council members regarding the land bank materials? All right, well, thank you for the presentation. Thank you for the materials. We'll now move to our next presentation, which is from the Dublin Lawrence County Development Authority. Thank you for coming this afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Roger Folsom. I'm the chairman of the Dublin Lawrence Development Authority. Also have Guy Cochran, who is treasurer of the Development Authority, with us too today, and Brooke Reagan, who will be making a few comments when I finish here. I came primarily to tell each of you how much we appreciate the cooperation and the support and confidence that you place in the Dublin Lawrence Development Authority each day. We work a little quietly at times with companies and trying to recruit jobs here. Our mission is to recruit quality jobs with strategic development for our community, and that's what we're about every day. Sometimes it's not glamorous, sometimes it is, but that's what we're about every day. We're working diligently to bring Washington online later this year. If you haven't been out and seen their facility, it's under construction. That's what a $175 million investment kind of looks like, and it'll be about 425 jobs when they get toward the end of their cycle of completeness. So we're excited about that. Washington is going to be, I think, a great citizen in our community, and I think offer some quality. Well-trained people will get some quality jobs, and I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. Also, I have to tell you that we have just completed a search with the Chasen Group for our new president at the Development Authority. We selected Mitch Griggs, who has an extensive experience in economic development. He has about 17 years up in Union County and will be coming down. He's also a former city planner. He has a wide array of background experiences in economic development. He'll be bringing a level of experience here, and I think it'll be good for us. I think he and his wife Joanna are very excited about coming to Dublin, and I think besides his job and all he'll be doing, I think they'll be great citizens for our community, so looking forward to that. Brooke is going to give you some overview. We have submitted our audit to you already, and she's going to give some comments regarding that. Brooke came on board with us, and about a week after she was with us, Ryan Waldrop received an opportunity from Georgia Power he could not turn down. So Brooke has been thrown into the wolves' den, and she has done an awesome job, and I want to compliment her publicly for that. So Brooke, comments?
Thank you, Roger. Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Roger said a lot about what I was going to say, but I appreciate that, and I appreciate Guy being here as well, and even Ron representing Georgia Power, but I appreciate his support as well. I've been with a Development Authority as operation manager for several months, and have worked continuously with Beth Crumpton as she transitioned into full retirement. But under the guidance of the board, I do help manage the day-to-day operations and meeting coordination, and sometimes I handle phone calls for people that need the address for companies and industries to deliver goods, as of yesterday. But today we'd like to provide an update on the year ending June 30th, 2024 audit report. Y'all did receive that. The authority received a strong favorable opinion. There were zero findings and zero misstatements. It was a clear audit. We're in good financial position, even without having the SPLOST in 2024. We were able to have some land sales that helped put us in a good financial footprint and for that. We continue to operate within budget, but we certainly appreciate the financial support we get from the City of Dublin, and as well as with our projects and partnerships. Roger mentioned we do have Mitch Griggs coming on board at the end of April, so we are very thankful for that. And I look forward to introducing him to y'all soon and bringing him as well to a meeting. At this time, we thank you for your support. We aren't asking for any additional funding for the year, but we do appreciate the funding that you do give us to help operate. So.
All right, thank you, Brooke, and thank you, Roger. I know that I've looked through the financial statements. Are there any questions from council members regarding either their program activities or financial statements that were provided? All right,
I don't have a question about that.
Go ahead.
But I wanted to ask Mr. Roger Folsom, do you have any idea or time frame as to when Washington will start accepting applications?
They've already made a few hires. I don't know, I don't think very many. I don't know a lot about that. I know they will be doing that over the next few months because they're coming online the end of the year, so that they'll definitely have to be hiring some people. I know they've been looking for HR people.
Thank you, sir.
And I will add, there is a job posting board on the development site, and they do post their jobs there as well on our
Thank you.
website.
All right.
And I would like to add, their chairman was here last week, Chairman Jong, and that was his first visit to Dublin. I know Mayor Kite and Josh and some others from the city may have come out. He was very, very, very impressed with Dublin. We got some good feedback on that, and I just think Washington's going to be a gem for us as we go forward. So, thank you, Councilwoman.
All right, thank you for that. And again, this is another governmental authority that is a joint authority between the city and county. So both the city and county contribute a certain amount of money each year for the operational expenses, and then they previously had a support from the sales tax that they use to purchase and develop land. And I understand that your revenues going forward will be from sale of property as you go forward, along with the governmental allocations too. So thank you for that, and appreciate you coming. We'll now move on to our next agenda item, which is a presentation from the Dublin Lawrence Tourism Council. Thank you, Miriam.
Hi, I'm Miriam Lewis, Executive Director for Visit Dublin, Georgia, and thank you for having us here today to update you on some of our activities. Our projected draft 2026 budget was included in your packet. Visit Dublin is a nonprofit organization funded by a percentage of our local bed tax, and we're tasked with advertising and promotion of Dublin and Lawrence County as a destination for visitors and conventions of state and national level. In the tourism industry, we are referred to as a destination marketing organization. The Visitor Center is the hub of our activities, and we come face to face with travelers along I-16. We're now open as of this year, 7 days a week, and we interact with around 10,000 guests and their 2,000 approximate pets. We're a pet-loving, family-friendly oasis on the road, and we also answer advertising leads that are requests that come through our ads, our website, brochure request, and our 9 state visitor information centers. We've already fulfilled 14,000 mailing brochure requests this year. We also operate a gift shop out of the Visitor Center, promoting local boutique items on consignment, locally crafted items, and our own Dublin, Georgia merchandise. We've refreshed the entire space with new floors, new paint, updated restrooms, and lounging areas, all to welcome our guests and reflect the quality of the experience they can expect in Dublin. Tourism is a major economic driver in our community. In 2023, which are the most recent numbers we have from the state, visitors to Lawrence County spent a record-breaking $109.2 million, which is an 8.9% increase from the previous year, and it supported 1,127 jobs, including mine and my staff's, and generated $8.2 million in state and local taxes, which means every household in Dublin and Lawrence County saved $462 in taxes. From the Visitor Center offices, we pay for, design, and maintain 8 websites and provide updates to the state tourism website, exploregeorgia.org. We also write blogs several times a month highlighting tourism events, festivals, and destinations, and all the best of Dublin. During the past 12 months, we've seen 149,000 visitors to our redesigned new website, visitdublinga.org. And along with print advertising, we can be found in widespread publications this year, like Atlanta Magazine, Southbound, Atlanta Parent, Taste of the South, and Savor Georgia, which earlier this month we announced they featured Mama P's Kitchen, Miller Soul Food, and Saltwater Fishery in their annual publication. We target through social media efforts, including paid digital ads, and operate 6 social media accounts with over 28,000 followers. And I know that all of you get our text message event reminders. Along with that, we've also are now in paid contract with Placer AI, which is an extensive analytic platform where we can now track and count any visitors in our county, city, or any location. And just an example of that, we know that for St. Patrick's Super Saturday, there were over 25,000 visitors just in our downtown area on that one day. We've also launched campaigns, including our Community Advocate Program, where the locals help us tell Dublin's story. Our Community Advocate Program, CAP, we call it, no lie. 6-month initiative designed to engage passionate Dublin residents in promoting our city. Participants of CAP are involved in various activities, including participating in and sharing community surveys, participating in promotional videos and photo shoots, and sharing updates from our Visit Dublin newsletter and manning informational tables at local events. We also have redesigned both our historic walking tour websites this year, giving visitors and locals a fresh, mobile-friendly way to explore our history. There's a QR code on the screen if you would like to check out the downtown tour. Speaking of the tour, one of the historic sites on the tour is the First African Baptist Church, and another project that we just launched this last Saturday was the Readers Theater, which is one day Dublin's civil rights experience, and it blends storytelling and heritage tourism in an engaging way. And I hope you'll all save the date to attend. We will have our next one on August the 2nd at the church, and this is a partnership with the Dudley Pearson family and First African Baptist Church. While our visitors are in town, they also need a guide, and that's a map, and we worked with our marketing team to create an artistic rendering of a map of Dublin, and it's one that our travelers can use and also will want to save as a keepsake, and that can be found on our website as well. Our staff represents Dublin and Lawrence County at the Georgia Governor's Tourism Conference, the Georgia Association and Conventions and Visitors Bureau, and we're now members of the Southeast Tourism Society. And we're very excited to announce that we were honored to be invited by Explore Georgia last month, to attend the International Powwow in Chicago in June. And this is the largest international trade show in the U.S. And it's we were asked to come represent at the Explore Georgia booth for the South Georgia region, along with Perry and a few other similar-sized communities. But we also keep it local, volunteering on the Leadership Dublin Lawrence Board, Keep Dublin Lawrence Beautiful, mentoring with Read to Lead, and our Summer Youth Works program. And one of us is talented enough to share her gifts on the Dublin community stage, and that's Erilyn. It's not me. We'd love for you to stay connected with us. You can scan the QR code on the screen to sign up for our monthly newsletter, and make sure you open it. There's lots of great stuff in it. We have pretty huge projects that we're working on that you'll want to keep up with. Right now, we are currently building out a digital kiosk, which will live at our visitor center that our guests can interact with digitally. And we also will have a smaller clone that will carry around with us to trade shows, and which is something else that we're going to be actively doing this year, is traveling around the state and our own city, setting up our booth. Next will be in representing Dublin at the Spring Travel Showcase in Perry next week. Another big undertaking is we'll be saying goodbye to our Dublin trifold brochure. We're actively working on building out a 30 to 40 page Visit Dublin travel guide, which will be a regular 8.5 by 5.5 size. So we're very busy, and I wanted to share another product that we put out is video. We've been working really hard, working with local videographers and also from across the state. I just wanted to share one of our recent commercials.
Just off I-16 at exit 51, you'll find a little town called Dublin. Good people live here. Good people visit here. Good people eat here. Good people play here. Good people meet here. Good people play sports here. Good people start businesses here. Good people dream here. Good people grow here. We can't wait for you to visit Dublin. Good people live here.
We appreciate all your support. I'm happy to take any questions.
Just stop by.
All right. Thank you for the presentation and the financial information that you provided. And this is just for public information. The Tourism Council is 100% funded by motel tax that's paid for by visitors to the community. It's just an additional 1% on their hotel bill. And that money comes into the city, and then the city each year directs that money be passed through to Visit Dublin. And so we're happy to partner with you guys and in the collection and distribution of the hotel tax. Any questions for Miriam while she's here? Okay, well, thank you very much. All right, so our next presentation will be from the Library Board. Ms. Beverly Brown.
Thank you all for the opportunity to discuss some of the library programs and services today and to present our FY26 budget request. Our Children's Weekly Storytime takes place on Tuesdays at 10:30 and 5:30. Children have the opportunity to engage with the storyteller, dance, and create crafts. We have our Read 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program. For every 100 books read, children receive a prize, and once they reach that 1,000 book milestone, they are awarded a certificate and a special prize. Our mechatronics program is on Mondays from 3:30 to 4:30. This is an open tech lab that enables children to build with Lego gears and motors and learn to code. The program is recommended for youth ages 10 and older. Of course, younger children may attend and participate in our Lego Dupo program. In addition to that Lego Dupo program, we host a Lego and Dupo building event for teens and toddlers on Wednesdays from 4 to 5:30. We host our homeschool hangout on the third Wednesday of each month from 2:30 to 3:30. This program enables homeschooling families to connect and explore and learn about the library's resources. Our monthly Bingo for Books event is held on the second Monday of each month, and in addition to that, we partner with the Dublin Lawrence County Recreation Authority for our senior bingo at Riverview Golf Course on the first Monday of each month at 10 a.m. We had great community participation at our St. Patrick's used book sale and our St. Patrick's Fan Con. The sponsors for the event are Dublin City Schools, the Big Green Reading Machine, Lawrence County Schools District, the Bank of Dudley, and Atlantic South Bank. At our Together at the Library event, adults enjoy stories, crafts, and Lego. This program is specifically designed for adults with developmental disabilities, but everyone is welcome to attend. We participate in community events with our pop-up library. Recently, we visited the Catherine W. Ray Resource Center with our Adventuring into Lego Robotics Spike program. The program is designed for children ages 9 to 12, and we also provided story time at the St. Patrick's Balloon Fest. And now is an exciting time for the library. We are gearing up for our summer reading program from May 31st to July 16th. The program encourages reading throughout the summer to prevent summer reading loss. Kids and parents set reading goals and receive prizes at the end of the program. On Wednesdays throughout the program, except for the week of the 4th of July, performers will dazzle families with their magic, puppets, and reptiles. In addition to our reading summer program this year, we're partnering with the Dublin Lawrence Recreation Authority, Dublin City Schools, and Lawrence County Schools for our Splashes and Stories Swimming into Literacy program. Children are required to read a determined number of books based on their grade level. Those who complete the program will receive a free pass to the water park on Sunday, July 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. And if we have too many children to accommodate on that day, and we hope we do, they are able to attend on Sunday, August the 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. Adults must accompany their children, and there's no fee for parents to attend. Also, this summer, we are partnering with Dublin City Schools in June and July for our summer mobile library. The library will deliver and check out books to children in several locations in Dublin. Dublin City Schools will provide the big green reading machine, the fuel, and a driver, because I cannot drive that bus. And nobody at the library can drive that bus. The library, and I just have a few more resources. The library offers electronic subscription-only resources that are not available free online. And I'll just mention 3 of them. Tutor.com. Real-time professional tutors are available online every day from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. to tutor in elementary to college course levels. Students and job seekers can upload essays and resumes for proofreading. Library card is required, but of course, library cards are free and no appointment is needed. ABC Mouse provides a complete online curriculum for children ages 2 to 8. It offers lessons in almost every subject and a step-by-step learning path following the recommendations of early childhood experts. The curriculum is available at the library and can be accessed on any public computer or device connected to the library's Wi-Fi. And the last one is Learning Express Library. This is an online learning platform that offers practice tests and tutorials for various exams, including the GED and the ASVAB. And so, of course, we have computers, we have laptops, we have hotspots. And so I'd like to take just a few minutes of your time to present our FY26 budget request. We are requesting $268,385.26 from the city and $499,521.35 from the county. This amount represents an increase of $30,145.36 from the city and $60,290.72 from the county. The total funding request increase includes the health insurance increase and a $1 raise for 7 full-time and 5-time part-time employees. The health insurance increased from $1,580 per full-time employee to $1,885 per full-time employee. The total state health increase for FY26 is $59,238 for 9 full-time employees. The total amount requested for pay raises is $31,198.08, and that includes Social Security, Medicare, and the TRS increases. The Board of Trustees and I appreciate your consideration of our budget request and your ongoing support for the library. Are there any questions?
Yes, do you have I guess a pamphlet for the different programs you offer during the summer?
Say that again.
Do you have a pamphlet or a brochure, anything you offer for the different programs throughout the summer?
We have a monthly calendar of events, and we also have a calendar for the summer, not a calendar, but a flyer. And all of the summer programs are also listed on our website at ocrl.org and on Facebook. We have a Facebook page as well.
I have a question.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Beverly Brown. Wanted to know, have you collaborated with the Dublin Housing Authority on any of these programs that you have going?
We have. The Dublin Housing Authority is one of the group, and Ms. Brenda and Rex Ellington, they're always in the library. They come to all of our programs. They come to all of our summer programs, and they've been coming, I believe, all the years I've been working at the library, so.
That's great. Thank you.
All right, any other questions from council members?
Can you repeat the website that you were saying that the library has access for that ASVAB tutoring?
Okay, it is, if you go to ocrl.org, you will find a list of all of our electronic resources, and actually you'll find all of our resources there, including our electronic resources.
All right, well, thank you very much. And as most people know, this is a regional library system, the Oconee region, that includes Johnson County, Treatland County, Washington County, Lawrence County, and various cities. So the funding is because the main headquarters of the regional library is in Dublin. The city of Dublin, Lawrence County provide additional support to make sure that that headquarters stays in Dublin, so that we have all these additional resources for our community. So appreciate your leadership of our library. And if there's nothing else on this, any questions for any of the presenters? I want to just say thank you again to all the organizations that were represented here today, not just for your public presentation, but also for providing the detailed financial information that the city requests each year. I think this is very helpful for us as council members as we're about to go into budget season to understand the work that you do and how you use the funds, the public funds, the taxpayers' money that we provide to support your organizations. At this time, we have no further items on our agenda, so we will open it up for citizens' comments. As always, it's 3 minutes per citizen. You're welcome to come and speak on any matter of concern to the city of Dublin, our community. Now is an opportunity for citizens' comments. Are you coming? Okay. Hall.
My name is John Hall. I live and work here in the city of Dublin. The first question I have is the visitor center apparently is using the old rebranding information. I just want to know why. I would think there'd be coordination between what the city represents and what the visitor center represents. Another thing is recently I was interviewed by the Macon TV station about the mural downtown. And a little history of the mural, it was being redone by the Downtown Development Authority, and it was a historical mural. And apparently you, Mr. Mayor, got some complaints about the mural. And then the decision was made to do a new mural. There was something that happened years ago with the Atlanta Olympics. The city of Roswell was going to have the Antebellum Festival of Roswell. Well, people complained, and they changed it overnight to the Coors Historic Light Festival, Southern History in the Making. So I parallel that to what happened here in Dublin. Is overnight the decision was made to cover up the history that was down there. That mural had been down there for like over 40 years, and it was a great historical representation of Lawrence County and Dublin. And so overnight it was changed to what it is now. So I think citizens of Dublin need to know what happened, okay? Now you've got a new mural up there, okay? And I have a couple of problems with it. The first one is there's a bucket on there, just like this. And it has a lobster in it. Now, when I was little, we used to go in the creek and we'd catch crawfish. Crawfish are about this big, okay? Now, if I take this crawfish and I put him in the bucket, you don't see him anymore. I recommend that you redo part of that mural. If you want to put crawfish in there, put crawfish, not a lobster, because lobsters don't represent Dublin, Georgia, okay? The other thing is what are supposed to be shamrocks on that thing look like weeds, okay? Now, this is a shamrock right here, nice and pretty, right behind you right there. I suggest that you repaint those weeds and make them into shamrocks. I think the local artists could be the ones to fix it for you. Okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you for your comments, Mr. Hall. Is there anyone else who would like to make a comment this afternoon?
I would like to.
Ms. Wright.
Good afternoon. My name is Jacqueline Denise Jadon White, and I live at 603 Hudson Drive. Hello, everyone, in case you can't see me under my hat. I would like to say that I have listened to everything that's been said thus far, And I would like to commend the city council, the different authorities, the Downtown Development Authority, the Downtown Authority, the Downtown Housing Authority, the Dublin Library. I did miss a couple of people, but we all are citizens of Dublin. And we all are trying to make Dublin a better place to live. And as the mayor cited at the last meeting, I think some 60,000 people come through. I may have the numbers wrong, but quite a few people drive in and out of Dublin every day. And I, as a prior citizen of the state of Virginia, and having come here to the city of Dublin 16 years ago, well, I started at Muriel 16 years ago, and now I was part of the people on that day when those students from the University of Georgia came to repaint it. So I have a picture on my phone where I took the paintbrush and painted over it myself because I feel like it's time for a change. You know, some people are not liking change. That's what's wrong with Dublin. They are older people, they are, you know, we have new children, new thoughts, new ideas. Everybody's not gonna be happy. They weren't happy when Jesus Christ was around. They crucified him. So they'll probably crucify me by the time I leave and sit my happy self down. Well, as a veteran of the United States Army and as a child of the King, Jesus Christ, I know who my Father is, and he'll take care of me. So, as a citizen of Dublin, I have spoken out to say, thank you, City Council. Thank you, other people who are trying to make a change in the city of Dublin. We all have to live together. So let's live together, work together, play together, and enjoy the Dublin, Georgia that we have today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wright. Any other citizens' comments this afternoon? Yes, Ms. Holliday. Yes. Thank you.
First, I want to say, my name is Teresa Holliday. Many of you know me. Ms. Judon, thank you so very much. You said everything I wanted to say, so thank you. But I wanted to come and tell council, thank you for all that you all are doing and have done in the city. I'm with Ms. Judon. It takes a community to do what we all are doing to better the city of Dublin, and it's amazing. And it is moving, so there is a time for a change, as well as the history of our youth. So therefore, that's why I provided this letter today, to bring names and a face upon you of the youth that participated in Unity Point, as we call it today, and to kind of give you a name and a rundown as to how that area came to be about. It was because kids, youth, children wanted to get together and beautify an area that they see every day when they're getting off their school buses and riding with their families, which was at a center focus of their community. Going forth, we all made a pact, and that pact was blessed when the city of Dublin, mayor, council, families in the neighborhood, other community leaders got together, and we made history. Please look at that video, that picture, meditate on those names of those young ladies and their parents that are citizens of the city of Dublin that made history that day. I would love for you all, in the midst of your budget, to think of these young ladies and their names and what they stood for and what Unity Point has brought to that community, and think about a blessing of a plaque for these girls with their name on it, as well as I love the idea that you have at the Emory Thomas building where the school did the Miriam and history which would be great if that area could also be blessed with one of those plaques. I know you all have a lot to do. There's a budget and you have a guideline to follow, but keep in mind this, history was made that day, and it was made with the young ladies and their parents that are on that list. And we dare not take something away from these kids that are gonna be our future and gonna be the adults in this city in a couple of years, and they're gonna have to carry on this legacy and not bless them with a thank you and give them their flowers for them to see and be able to send it down generations of their kids. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Holliday. Thank you for your comments and for the materials you've provided us. Any other citizens' comments this afternoon? All right, if there are no other comments, then what we will do is have council comments and followed by an executive session. So we'll quickly go through council comments and then we'll have a motion to adjourn to an executive session to discuss real estate. Mr. Groover, any comments?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Madam Clerk, Ms. Browning.
No comment, thank you.
All right, Mr. Brown.
Just want to thank everybody for being here. We appreciate the presentations from all the different organizations that the City of Dublin supports, and we thank you all for what you're doing on a daily basis. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for coming out, and everyone that made a presentation. Thank you for what you contribute to Dublin and making this better. And you know, as we live, everyone have different opinions, and you know, me as a veteran, I fought for have that right to speak. So we all have different opinions, but we can agree to disagree. I mean, we're not all going. I often tell people when we start building a relationship, I start talking with people, we're not going. I let them know up front, we're not going to agree on everything. That's human nature. I don't agree with my parents. I never agree with my parents on everything. I never agree with my sister on everything. I never agree with family members on everything. So this not, but that don't mean we got to fall out and get all out of character about that. Sometimes you just have to agree to disagree and just move on. But sometimes we have to listen to learn, and you know, as we look at things, we're talking about a change. Change is good. Some changes are bad. It depends on the person looking at it. But as we progress in Dublin and start progressing, we don't want to be that community that people look at, are they still stagnate, they doing this. So we have to get new ideas and generate new ideas, and let's start putting them in our community, and let's start pushing it and be vibrant. We want to be that vibrant. If you look at it, somebody reminded me, if you look at it, Dublin is on I-16. At one time, we was the city on I-16. We was the city on I-16. And I say that, and I say was because, hey, if we don't keep being vibrant, keep doing things what's going on, I know for a fact you got cities on I-16 that's catching up. Metter, Statesboro, they doing things, they coming along. We got to keep going, so we can't, that mentality in the past that kept us back, that hindered us, we got to just keep going, though. We also, some people call it the good old bus system. That good old bus system has kept Dublin in, that old money has kept Dublin down. It's time for us to progress and get past that. So I say all that to say, hey, sometimes we agree to disagree and keep on moving, but let's not stop thinking, and not stop loving our city, and not stop loving each other. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you for those comments. Councilman Godfrey.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. Thank all of the authorities for their presentations. They were awesome. Thank you, Ms. Sonia Mae Calvin, for acknowledging my cleanup efforts. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Tim Ellington, who's sitting in the back. Can you wave your hands, Tim, please? He has come to Dublin, and since he's been here, he's been beautifying areas in Dublin. He's planted over at Unity Point. He's planted at the Fire Station Triangle. He's also created a nice area over on South Washington Street. It's now going to be called Gene Smith's Corner. So I'm so grateful for all the hard work that you do when you come to Dublin. Thank everybody for coming out, and have a great weekend. Thank you.
All right, thank you for those comments. Councilman Colby, any comments?
Sure. I'll just preface this by saying my opinions are my own opinions, so you can agree or disagree. A couple of things that are info related, water lead testing. I've had a lot of people ask questions because they've been receiving letters about the possibility of lead being in their water. I will refer to Joshua Powell about this, but I did learn from our water and superintendent that you can call directly there, 277-5050, and they will give you a preliminary test strip and will also lead you through that preliminary testing. They also have more extensive testing if it's necessary. The water department sends that off, and there's an actual website that you can use for that. You can call for more information, again, to the city water department. That one's around $50. I also learned that the extension office down at Southern Pines also has a similar water test that they will mail to University of Georgia in Athens, and that test is $42. So you have similarly priced testing that you can get either at the extension office at Southern Pines. Miss Angela there, the administrative assistant there at Southern Pines extension office, would be glad to help you with that testing, or you can call our water department to get information about the testing that's available through the city. I had two of my Read to Lead volunteers here, Miss Beverly Brown with the library and Miss Miriam Lewis with Visit Dublin. And I just want to just put a plug out for that. May the 14th is our next training for volunteers. We have over 70 volunteers who spend 30 minutes to an hour every single week with one or two children in our school system, mentoring them and bringing them up to grade level literacy rates. So if you have questions about Read to Lead, please visit me. And about our city's history, I've lived here for 17 years. I'm not originally from Dublin, but I am from this area. And again, this is my opinion that all history should be learned, but all history is not worthy of celebration. And we as a community don't have the ability to remake the past, but we have an opportunity to create our future. And I want to be remembered as living a life of love. So we all have that opportunity in our community to do that. So thank you.
All right, thank you for those comments, Councilman Colby. Councilman Griggs.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to thank everybody for coming. I think everybody has covered everything so far. So y'all have a great week and a weekend. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilman Griggs. Councilman Smith.
Just thank everyone for coming. I thank everyone for the presentations. And if you pay attention to the presentations, you can see that a lot of change is coming to the city of Dublin. We are growing, we are progressing, and I just want to thank the mayor and council for the progress we are making, for the streetscapes, the murals, to everything that's going around the city. I mean, you can see it plain as day that we are growing. I know some of it may be history for some other people, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with making new history. So, thank you.
All right, thank you for those comments, Councilman Smith. Mr. Powell, any comments?
Just to say, Miss Beverly, Sonia Mae, Clift, Brooke, and Miriam, and Miss Glenda, you all represent your respective entities very well and do a very good job. You're very good to work with, and I appreciate, and from my chair here at the city, that you're in those positions and that you're so good to work with. And I hope you can say the same about me. But we're so glad to partner with each of you, and I think that all the things that's been mentioned that we have going good for Dublin is a large part due to all of your efforts. So thank you very much for that. Just wanted to say thank you.
All right, great. All right, at this time, we need a motion from a council member to go into executive session